Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark. How you getting on? So I'm up in the temple. As you can see, I finished sanding off camera. The desert's now huge. It's pretty vast. We have a lot to build on. I'm excited to get started with it. We have more caves. This one has water. Pretty cool. There probably would took the most time. But now everything is sandy. Everything is cool. We have a lot of space to work with. I think next on the agenda, I think we're going to make another light blue banner. I don't hate this one, but compared to the other ones that we have, especially compared to the red one, it's a little bit plain. So I'm going to go design another one that, you know, looks way better. I still don't think it's the best thing that I've ever made. However, it is definitely a markable improvement on what it was. I quite like it. I went with the white and the blue to complement it so it still keeps just, you know, like a really bluey color. Obviously the red has the yellow and the orange on it, so why not white and a darker blue? I think that made sense. Let me know what you think. While I was making that new blue one, I did make something else. I made a nice new banner, and I made it especially for this house. I love it. It's the rising sun going over a mountain. It fits in the aesthetic with this nice new, I don't know, it looks like art. Okay, sue me. I'm just not 100% sure where to put it. I made two of them. I don't know where they go. Give me a minute. So after thinking about it for a while, this is probably the most natural place for them. You come up the stairs, you turn the corner, you're met with them. It ties this together. I don't know, just the color palette of them. I love them. I think they look class, if you ask me. Also, looking at the banner from back here, then yeah, having the dark blue and the white on them. Right, I like them. We're good. Yeah, I might make another one of these and then have it downstairs somewhere. Just because if we're never going upstairs, then we might not see them. And I really like that banner. I think that's one of the better ones. Probably hang there. No. Maybe right as you walk in. It could hang right above that plant right there. A little something like that. I think that'll work. And that'll nicely bring the room all together. Hopefully. Until I, you know, realize I don't like it and change the whole thing. But now, if you'll excuse me, my elytra died on the flight over here. So I'm gonna go fish. I just knocked the paint off the wall trying to cast, didn't I? Damn it. Smashed it. Right, now I'm gonna go fish and try and repair my elytra. See you in a bit. Hi. So, as you can see by me being level 52, my mission was successful. I now actually have a pick again, and all my armor's intact. Next, what I want to do is possibly put something in this area here. I have no idea what. I don't want it to be anything too fancy, just to give the place a little bit more character, a little bit more pizzazz, and just something to bring it all together. Oh, hi. Bye. Just a little bit more Shazam. I'm thinking maybe a couple trees, maybe a well. A wee fox den, I don't know, barrels of wheat. I'm not sure. I don't know what the idea is in my head, but I want it to be cool. I also might start flattening over there, as that's where we've decided that the Sphinx is going to go. So its butt is going to face towards the town, its face is going to look towards the temple. So when we're up here, you'll still see it in all its glory, but it's not too in your face. It's not temple then Sphinx, it's then temple, something, just little kind of stuff, and then it's its own separate thing. They're not two grouped together, which I think is probably the best way to do it. Sound good? If we put the Sphinx there, that means we'll need to put a map up there, and then plus I'm wanting to bring down Turtle Beach down there anyway. Yeah, that'll be fine. Oh, I need to actually update that. It's completely arbitrary and completely just pointless, but you know, if it's on my mind, I'm telling you anyway. Perfect. This is a huge desert that we've created from literally nothing. So just while doing that, I reminded myself that in here is also going to need updated, and this one's going to be like a really big change. So just to put it in perspective, this is what it looked like beforehand, and this is what it looks like after I spent 4 days just placing sand block after, you know what I mean? You get my drift. It was tedious, but I really think it was worth it. Two questions, however. One, why does sandstone go grey? It helps create some kind of differentiation between the blocks, but you know, still kind of weird. Two, why are these sand blocks darker? I can't think of a single reason why it would be. That's very strange. We also need to go visit my ocean monument soon, because I really miss it. But we're only working on one project at a time, so let's finish up here first, shall we? So I'm currently having a moment. I've apparently ran out of sand, even though I was thinking that I had about 4 or 5 chests worth left. And I know that this was a big job, but I'm talking about after finishing this section. I thought I had, well, I don't know, I thought I still had 2 left. And then I checked my inventory, and I have 2 empty shulker chests. And they're what I thought was full of sand. But from what I can tell, I don't even have enough sand to fill this gap in here. I've checked my storage system, I've checked all the chests over at the temple. My inventory, all the shulker chests I've got are completely empty. There's none at the new house. I either ran out and I just didn't realize, because I literally don't have a single sand block, or I've put it somewhere and I have absolutely no idea where. And in either case, I don't know what to do. I either have to remember where I put it, or I have to suddenly hope to have an epiphany and go, oh, I ran out, you idiot. So that's a bit annoying. This whole realization came about by I'm trying to get this area ready to start designing the Sphinx. I don't know when it's actually going to happen. It's not a project that I'm getting ready to start. I was just going to get the area ready so when the actual time comes and it's good to go. Now I'm just confused that I'm out of sand somehow. Why am I like this? This is for completely no reason at all. It's so fun. Anyway, right, never mind. Where are we? I've made trees. I have absolutely no idea what caused me to say it like that. Here we are. We have trees. We have a little bit of custom-made foliage. We have some more cactuses that I can't remember if they were here or not already. We have some bushes. We have some more water. And we have a well. I make these stairs. Do I have the stuff on me? No. I might make them stairs in a little bit. I love this little area. It's so homely and welcoming. Now I think I'm going to try and find a way to tie it in. What I might do is not disturb the actual walkway, because if that brings it down there, then it'll completely throw off everything. What I might do is just try and create some kind of walkway down here. So if you were just kind of walking through the desert, you would just come across it. I think that makes sense. It might look cool, it might look terrible. You know, there's only one way to find out. It's a very simple addition, but I got stuck on sand apparently. I like what I've done. There's a little walkway. We have the lamp at the end of it, and then the stairs just kind of go down. They don't go anywhere yet, because like my thinking, you just kind of come down here, you're having a look, and then you can't see them. I definitely thought you would be able to properly see them from here. Well, you can see the lamp. You know what I mean? Why is it so close? I don't know how I want to tie it in. I don't want to put this walkway over there, but then I also don't really want to put sand. I quite like it just having its own little entrance. I think that makes sense. Just having its own little place. I don't think it needs to be connected. Would it look better if it was connected? I personally don't think so. I remember when this was right on the edge of the woods. I was going to do something special with this. Wow, that's really strange. Anyway, what was I saying? I get distracted so easily. Yeah, I like that just being there, just as its own little entranceway without having anything to bring you over there. I also really like having the statue there. It just it's part of the house now. I think there's going to be loads of these kind of areas all over this desert. I like it over here. This is everything I wanted and more. He's asleep on the desk. Hi. Hi. This whole build is justified. If my true end game is to fill in all this area, in between the temple and in what will be the Sphinx. Next stop is surely just right here, right where the steps end. I've had the idea. I'm thinking about turning this into kind of like a desert oasis kind of thing. So obviously looking there, you've got the full desert experience. You've got a big funky temple. Then over here, you've got the house. You've got water, you've got trees, you've got a little bit of grass, like a very, very little bit of grass. But this is like it just starting to become healthy and become an actual thing, an actual place that is habitable. Habitable is the right word, it just doesn't sound right. So I'm thinking here, we could do something. Make it water, a little bit of grass, some more trees. Nothing too much, nothing too crazy. Right, give me a second, I'm going to try and create like a little blueprint. Now we could definitely have like a little random kind of just random lake. Said random like 19 times. Just have that place there. Running out of sand is becoming a genuine issue, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I have enough to probably fill that in. Might have to get some more later, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Fill it all with water. Have a deeper bit down there. Maybe terraform the sand a little bit more so it's more gradual. I don't know. There is an idea in my head. I just don't know what I'm actually looking for, so give me a second. So this originally extended to just right behind me. I decided to cover that in so then there is more of a natural way to walk between the wood and the sandstone there. So just, even though there isn't an actual walkway, there is still like a way. I'm trying to work out if all of this should be water or if just down here should be water or I don't know. Again, the whole idea is in my head, but I just don't know what it'll actually look like. So I think for now, I'm going to fill it all in with water. If I don't like it, I'll use like dirt, we'll get rid of all the water, we'll start again. I like the shape of it, and I think having little bits of greenery, trees, bushes, all that kind of stuff around it, I think it'll fit in well. It just might be too much overkill, because again, the desert is meant to be kind of barren, but not inhospitable. I'm so good with words. Right, I'm gonna get to this, you'll see in a minute. That was a lot harder than I was hoping it would be. Obviously, as everyone knows, working with water is just not fun. It's so annoying. So obviously, I had textured over there, with the intent of having the water just kind of flow down, and this would be another way in, but it was awful. It looked terrible. There was just random bits that just didn't have water in it. There was no easy way to actually make it look good without actually filling it all in. Is that the way I like it? It doesn't look terrible when it's all filled in. And then I think with a little bit of greenery around it and a little bit of actual stuff to it, it should be fine. I'm hoping. Having that there just does make it look like some just sand has fallen in. So I don't think it's the end of the world. I really don't think that that is a bad look. I think I'm probably gonna have to get rid of that glowstone and then we'll work out the lighting later. It's not what I initially imagined, but then again, neither's the temple, neither's the house, or the statue, or pretty much anything I've made here. So I'm gonna try and make it work. I usually do. So yeah, wish me luck. So I'm not gonna lie, I have spent a wee bit of time on this, but I'm pretty happy with what I've made. We now have a very subtle, oasis-y kind of area. It's got a little bit of life, and that's kind of what we were wanting. We have a little bridge over, little seats. The grass still needs to grow in, but it can only grow so fast. I've waited long enough. Leave me alone. Stop it right now. We have a bridge that takes you over. We're back with the custom trees. And again, I know the trees aren't like the most amazing thing you've ever seen. For how simple they are, I think they really work. And I really like it because they're just simple, but they still look kind of how you want them. We have a little bit of greenery that kind of leads you up to the house area. This is meant to kind of look like a well. I don't know. I kind of gave up. I didn't really give up. I just kind of, it was the first thing that I pretty much made. And I was like, yeah, that's good enough. We'll come back to that. And I just haven't come back to it yet. So, I mean, you know, we'll work on that later. But this whole area has come together quite nicely, I think. We've got a little bit of kelp in the water to show that the water's still alive. If water, you know. Oh, that's it. If water can be sentient and can be alive, you know what I mean. I think that's pretty much the idea that I was looking for. I think that's come together quite nicely. I can obviously add more to it in the future, but just for the simple base idea, I can't walk in this camera, but just for the simple idea that I wanted, I think it came together nicely. I think it works perfectly. It's a really simple space filler. It gives a little bit more life to the area, and obviously the irony isn't lost on me that I completely tore down a forest and now I'm half and half creating it again, but you gotta break some eggs to make an omelet or something. Is that the right saying? You know what I mean. I'm getting delirious. I think that works. This whole area behind me is just perfect landscape and a perfect area to have something on it. I've already said multiple times that I want to do something with the caves, so that's not an issue. I know I want to do something. I just have no idea what yet. Here, we could add more sandstone, then cover the top of it in sand, flatten the area, and then we have a huge platform to build on. I don't know what I would want yet. I think it would be more something along the lines of like another statue or another little monument or something like that. But I don't know what. I would want it to be simple, nothing too complex, just to add to the kind of whole scenery and kind of like the whole kind of you'd put castles on your highest point to see intruders coming in, all that kind of jazz. So the statue went on top of the sand, so he's high up, and over here overlooks everything. So it would be another kind of lookout point. I don't know what could go here. How does it look from the balcony? Okay, yeah, it's in perfect view of the balcony. Something needs to go. But if we put something big there, it would obscure the Sphinx. Okay, right. I'm glad I came to check. So something small could go there, or something thin. That's giving me something to think about. I'm not honestly sure what made me think about this, but something I was wanting to do to this bridge. Let's say here, for example. Just adds a little bit more texture, a little bit more detail. You can still walk across it normally, but that's annoying. But you can also do that. You still walk across it normally. It just looks like water has collected in some of the gaps. Nothing important, just, you know, I was just thinking about it, something on my mind. It could just be another cool little design idea. And on that note, I do believe that we are at the end of today's episode. We got quite a fair bit done today. Currently with going in between projects and not 100% sure knowing what I want to do, I'm mainly just focusing on just doing little bits here and there and then and hopefully making it as entertaining as possible. So if you have enjoyed yourself, please leave a like. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out videos every 3 days. I'm somehow managing to stick to that schedule. So hopefully you won't regret it if you do. Having said that, and with that being said, stay out of trouble, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see yous. Laters.